What if everything you think you know about the United States is wrong? Because when you look closer, you realize something shocking. The United States is not one country with one identity. It is 50 completely different worlds, each with its own strengths, its own struggles, and its own way of life. Some states are powered by billion-dollar tech empires. Others survive on farming, tourism, or pure natural resources. Some are global icons, while others are quiet, overlooked, and struggling to grow. And today, we are going to explore all 50 of them, what each state does best and what each state does worst. Alabama is a state deeply rooted in Southern tradition, with strong cultural identity, a growing aerospace industry, and manufacturing jobs, but it still faces poverty and economic limitations in some regions. Alaska is wild, massive, and almost untouched, filled with glaciers, mountains, and extreme natural beauty. But its isolation and harsh climate make daily life expensive and difficult. Arizona is famous for its desert landscapes and the Grand Canyon, attracting millions of tourists. But extreme heat and water scarcity create serious challenges. Arkansas offers low cost of living and natural beauty, but it lags behind in economic development and high income opportunities. California is one of the most powerful economies in the world, driving technology, entertainment, and innovation. But it also struggles with high cost of living, homelessness, and traffic congestion. Colorado is known for its mountains, outdoor lifestyle, and high quality of life. But rapid growth has pushed housing prices up and created affordability issues. Connecticut has high income levels and strong education systems, but also one of the highest costs of living in the country. Delaware is a small state with a massive corporate presence, often used for business registration and finance. But its small size limits diversity and expansion. Florida is a global destination for tourism, retirement, and beach life, but it is highly vulnerable to hurricanes, flooding, and extreme weather events. Georgia has a rapidly growing economy centered around Atlanta, a major business hub, but it still has a big gap between urban prosperity and rural areas. Hawaii offers paradise-like landscapes and a strong tourism industry. But it has one of the highest costs of living in the entire United States, and isolation affects everything from housing to imports. Idaho is growing fast and attracts people seeking peace and nature, but it still has limited urban development and fewer industry options. Illinois, home to Chicago, is a major economic and cultural center, but it faces debt pressures and crime issues in some urban areas. Indiana is strong in manufacturing and logistics, but it has less tourism and lower global visibility. Iowa is one of the most important agricultural states in the country, but its rural structure limits urban and technological growth. Kansas is defined by agriculture and open landscapes, but it lacks large cities and economic diversity. Kentucky is rich in culture, music, and horse racing traditions, but it still faces poverty in many rural areas. Louisiana is one of the most culturally unique states in America, especially New Orleans, but it is highly vulnerable to floods and hurricanes. Maine offers beautiful coastlines and peaceful living, but it has harsh winters and limited job opportunities. Maryland benefits from its proximity to Washington, D.C. and high income levels, but it also has high housing costs. Massachusetts is a global leader in education and technology, home to Harvard and MIT, but it is also one of the most expensive states to live in. Michigan is the heart of the automotive industry, but it has been affected by industrial decline in some regions. Minnesota offers high quality of life and strong healthcare and education systems, but winters are long and extremely cold. Mississippi has a powerful musical legacy, especially in blues, but it also has one of the lowest incomes and highest poverty rates. Missouri combines major cities and rural areas, but it has clear economic inequality between regions. Montana is all about space, freedom, and nature, but low population limits economic development. Nebraska is safe and stable with strong agriculture, but it lacks large urban centers. Nevada is powered by tourism and Las Vegas entertainment, but it faces water shortage and desert conditions. New Hampshire offers safety and natural beauty, but winters are long and economic growth is limited. New Jersey benefits from its location next to New York City, but it has high taxes and traffic problems. New Mexico has strong cultural heritage and unique landscapes, but it faces economic struggles in many regions. New York is a global financial and cultural powerhouse, but it also has extreme cost of living and social inequality. North Carolina is one of the fastest growing states in technology and business, but rural areas still face economic challenges. North Dakota has a strong energy sector, but it has extreme winters and very low population. Ohio is a historic industrial giant, but it has experienced economic transition and job losses. Oklahoma offers affordable living and energy resources, but it is one of the most tornado-prone states. Oregon is known for nature, forests, and progressive culture, but it faces housing and homelessness issues. Pennsylvania has deep history and strong cities, but some regions have experienced industrial decline. Rhode Island is small but historically important, but its size limits economic growth. South Carolina offers tourism and coastal beauty, but it still faces poverty in rural areas. South Dakota is known for monuments and landscapes, but it has harsh winters and limited industry. Tennessee is a music and cultural powerhouse, but it also has economic inequality. Texas is a massive economic giant powered by energy, tech, and industry, but it also faces extreme weather and social disparities. Utah has strong economic growth and outdoor lifestyle, but it faces water scarcity and cultural homogeneity. Vermont is safe, quiet, and naturally beautiful, but it has a small economy and long winters. Virginia combines history and modern economic power, but urban areas have high cost of living. Washington is a global tech hub home to major companies like Amazon and Microsoft, but it has high cost of living and rainy weather. West Virginia is rich in natural beauty and tradition, but it faces economic decline and limited jobs. Wisconsin is strong in agriculture and manufacturing, but it has long and harsh winters. Wyoming offers space, freedom, and iconic landscapes like Yellowstone, but it has very low population and limited industry. Across all 50 states, one thing is clear: there is no perfect place. Every state has its own strengths and weaknesses, its own success stories, and its own struggles. And when you put them all together, you don't just get a country, you get a mosaic of contrasts that defines what the United States really is. If you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below which state surprised you the most.